Welcome to KEX, Construction Engineering. Ever wonder how a 2D architectural and structural blueprint transforms into a solid, luxury duplex? Today, we are building from the ground up, covering the exact layout and foundational steps that separate a professional build from a costly mistake. Watch till the end, and you'll master every detail of the ground floor finish. Now, let's move to site. Site layout and setting out. To achieve a precise setting out, we must meticulously coordinate the architectural and structural drawings, paying strict attention to every grid line, dimension, and detail to transfer the layout onto the ground with absolute accuracy. Since professional surveying instruments are unavailable on site, we will manually square and set out the duplex using the 3-4-5 method or a builder's square. We will move quickly through this setting out process since a comprehensive tutorial on using the 3-4-5 method and builder's square is already available. You can find the link in the video description and pinned comment. Verify that all layout details are completely and accurately transferred onto the ground prior to commencing foundation excavation. Excavating 900 mm depth from natural ground level. Foundation excavation completed. Place 50 mm plain cement concrete PCC blinding layer to protect the foundation base reinforcement from ground moisture and corrosion. Place 50 mm concrete cover for the foundation reinforcement. Based on the structural drawings, we have two footing types. Base type 1 requires 10-12 mm diameter bars spaced at 150 mm in both directions, while base type 2 requires 9-12 mm diameter bars at the same 150 mm spacing. Let's fabricate and install them accordingly. Next, we will prepare and install the starter column reinforcement, commonly known as starter bars. According to the foundation detail drawings, each column requires for 16 mm diameter main longitudinal bars with 10 mm diameter stirrups spaced at 175 mm center to center. Installation of starter column reinforcement. Avoid arbitrary placement of starter bars. Ensure precise alignment with the grid lines and plumb them vertically using the spirit level or the equivalent to prevent structural misalignment and error propagation as construction progresses upward. Pouring 300 mm depth footing bases. Inspect the foundation bases to ensure they are fully cast and properly vibrated, confirming structural integrity to support the design loads. Now, pour the strip foundation concrete within the trench to provide a solid load-bearing base for the foundation block walls. Now, we begin laying the foundation walls. To accurately mark out the wall layout, let's reference the ground floor architectural drawings. The wall thickness is 9 inches to 125 mm. To ensure accuracy, firm, square, and align them precisely to the grid lines. However, we are omitting a few preliminary procedures here to streamline the process. Ensure all corners are precisely squared to 90 degrees to prevent misalignment in subsequent finishes, like tiling and ceilings, as foundational errors propagate throughout the entire structure. The foundation walls are complete. Next, we will install the starter column formwork in preparation for concrete placement. I upload construction videos here every week. Yes, there are many construction videos on this channel. Go ahead and ask whatever you don't understand. I always reply, thanks. Pouring a 225 by 225 by 900 mm starter column. Formwork removal. Allow adequate curing time for the starter columns before proceeding with backfilling and compaction to prevent structural damage to the foundation. Backfill and fill the foundation using a stable aggregate, such as sharp sand. Crucially, fill and seal the foundation block voids with lean concrete to ensure adequate resistance against lateral earth pressure and heavy compaction forces. Ensure compaction is performed in controlled layers using a plate compactor or an equivalent mechanical compaction equipment. As compaction progresses, the fill material will settle. Continuously add material and compact in stages until maximum density is achieved. Installation of damp-proof membrane DPM. Apply a 50 mm to 75 mm blinding layer of sharp sand over the damp-proof membrane DPM to protect it from punctures or damage during subsequent hardcore filling. Installation of ground floor slab formwork. Placing of slab concrete cover. Installation of ground floor slab reinforcement, BRC mesh. Pouring of 150 mm concrete slab. Ensure proper vibration when casting. Formwork removal. Cure the concrete slab properly. Installation of column reinforcement. Position and lap the rebars in strict accordance with the structural lapping rule of 50D, where D is the bar diameter to ensure structural integrity and prevent failure. Align and set kickers properly. Pouring of 225 by 225 by 75 mm kickers. Let's review the ground floor plan once more to accurately mark out the door and window openings as we commence ground floor wall laying. A quick design note. Personally, I feel the current placement of the kitchen and dining area is less than ideal, but we are following strictly to the client's approved layout. Based on your own architectural experience, how would you have positioned this space? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's return to the site for implementation. Laying ground floor walls up to the window sill level. Accurately mark out all door and window openings in strict compliance with the ground floor architectural plan. Note, it is ideal to cast the columns prior to laying the block walls to construct a proper framed structure, rather than a non-framed one. However, to avoid unnecessarily prolonging this Part 1 Duplex construction series, we will streamline the subsequent steps up to the ground floor finish. Follow along as we proceed. Pouring of ground floor concrete column. Formwork removal. Formwork for lintel. Installation of lintel reinforcement. Pouring of lintel. Formwork removal. Completion of the final blockwork level. Yes, Part 1 is officially complete. We have successfully transitioned this duplex project from blueprint to ground floor completion. In Part 2, we go vertical, advancing from the first floor slab all the way to the luxury finish that complete this home. Stay tuned for Part 2 and share your thoughts on Part 1 in the comment. I upload construction videos here every week. Yes, there are many construction videos on this channel. Go ahead and ask whatever you don't understand. I always reply, thanks. Thanks for watching.